Hey everyone! So, with very little convincing done by external factors, I have decided to start up a Dappervolk YouTube channel. In the meantime, I figured what better way to start it off than to go through in depth the What is Dappervolk video that was released on the 14th of May this year and unpack all of the different elements that were contained in this video, because there were a lot of things shown off that have not been seen yet and things that just went over what we already knew. So we start with this frame, which shows these characters over here from what I imagine is Sylvie's mind, but here we have one of the pets. That's one of the first ones that you can get from memory. And of course, we've got the big logo in the center here and a little description over here. Obviously, as we move over, we go into the forest area with barley here and a runty turnip pet. Then we move over, we've got, over here is Gloom's cabin, even further into the forest. This is one of the first NPCs of the forest that you meet. The wizard, of course, from the very first village, standing over here in the blue gloom. And then we move into this, where it just says, choose between 4 different classes. If you know anything about Dappervolk, probably one of the first things you learn is that there are 4 classes in the game. And there's even a quiz, which I'll probably link down below, which you can take to determine which class you would theoretically be in if you actually were a world hopper. But of course you can choose whatever you want. Then we've got this, which shows off the elven class. You can tell by the pointy ears and the crest on the skin. Galactics have a similar color scheme, but they are more detailed, and these little dots up here are kind of all over their body. Interestingly, there are literally no features listed here, although you can still see there's the base, hair, eyes, and mouth. In the background, there is a human avatar, by the looks of it, or an animal avatar, with a sheep, possibly a topaz sheep pet. And over here, there's Bully, which is one of the first NPCs you meet. I can't remember if it's Bernard or Bully, but it's one of them for sure. The next screen has a elven character. This one is actually dressed up, but again, no features listed here. Of course, there's the top, bottom, and shoes. I was going to say sides. No, that is certainly shoes. Again, it's the same characters in the background here. I'm not sure which quest dialogue that is. Then, of course, here we have the final screen before you actually enter the world as a world hopper. It's that elf character with the dress up on them already, the long hair, and their username is, very creative, wonderful. Then we move on to a description of the 4 classes. So, of course, we've got human, animal, elven, and galactic. I'm, of course, taking the human avatar. So the animal has, of course, the tails and the ears as their little accessories that only they are able to equip. The elven has the pointed ears, and I'm not sure if they have... Yeah, they will have some kind of specific accessory that only they're allowed to equip, but I can't actually remember what it is. Galactic, of course, the last one, the one associated with intelligence. They've got those deep blue eyes, the skin that looks like a galaxy. They're really cool. I would be galactic if I wasn't human. They have like rings that go around their neck and their arms and their legs like this. That's their special item that only they are allowed to equip. Then we've got this, which is very interesting in my opinion. So we've got a pet profile. There's the same things mostly that we've seen in the beta test, but something that you'll notice is a milestone here. Milestones did not exist, or at least when I was playing, although I did slack off during the last couple of months because I thought I've gotten far enough, I don't want to spoil anymore. But milestones, presumably you get a gift of some kind from the pet as you reach every milestone, and it's probably associated with affection here. So maybe if this is a out of 500 affection, maybe at 250 here you'll get a milestone. Or maybe it's every 100, who knows, but I assume this is probably 500 affection. Of course, here are the totem slots, where you can equip totems that will immediately affect stats, although, of course, stats are born into the pets as well. There's the active pet button, edit pet, edit accessories, things like that, trade and auction, and then when we go up, this is where the real juicy stuff is. Okay, so first you'll notice that this is the person who has the succulent vole active. This is a human, and then you've got this bar here, which is new. This bar is entirely new. So you've got a location, so they're currently in Threes Forest, a number of town hops left, latest quests, and my stats, which is probably to do with these. Then account, community world, which was there again in beta, turnips and the potatoes, the two main forms of currency. Turnips, of course, being the special form of currency, and then the potatoes, which you just get thousands of every day when you play. They're very common. This is the quest indicator here, and the messages here. So that's all stuff that we've seen before. The next thing is just a bunch of food. So we've seen all of these foods before, but a reminder of the wonder that was cone cakes that was introduced at the end of beta or halfway through beta or what have you. These things were all already there during beta, but I figured I'd go over them just to have a look. Of course, they've got a stat thing here and the feed button here so that you know what's going to happen if you hypothetically feed the pet. This is where I was really excited. So if you did play during beta, you'll know that adventuring was possibly the most difficult part to play. It was a strain on the computer and a strain on yourself because it was just so tedious. If you were actively playing it, you would be waiting for a minute to actually engage in gameplay, and if you had it running in the background, it would absolutely destroy your computer. This is of course telling us that we're in Louise Hill Path. Apparently there's different locations now. Over here, these question marks, presumably leading up to either these obstacles or NPCs. So this is a gift icon. Presumably once you get to that, you receive a gift more important than what the NPCs will give you. Over here, of course, we've got the tally for the quantity of NPCs riddles that you've answered in order to reach the top. Once you get to the top, you get to the prize. So this person has collected so many tenacity points that they've now earned a prize, which is astounding considering how little honor they have down here, 6 honor. And then there's use WASD or arrow keys to dodge obstacles. This was not implemented in beta, so it's become more of a platformer than an idle game running in the background, which is very exciting in my opinion. Obviously this character will run up and jump over. Over here we've got a world, possibly to choose locations. This is probably the sprites. I heard you can change and customize sprites, so that's probably where that will be. And of course music and sound effects to change the volume, because it does have music. This is rather basic. Again, we've got that sidebar that we discovered is rather new. It's a shop for the Turnip Man himself and a bunch of Trout's accessories down here. And more of Trout's accessories. So obviously it goes common, uncommon, rare, and legendary, I believe. And then that's it. That's the end of the video. And it ends with a notice that they're launching on June 21st at 10 p.m. EST. Goodness, it's right there and I can't read it. Anyways, June 21st. It's less than a month away now and I'm incredibly excited. And I'm sure if you're watching this, you are as well. I cannot wait for Dappervolk to launch officially, and hopefully I see you on the site, and I'd absolutely love to chat with you guys on site and in the comments. So if you want to talk about anything that I've missed or information that I've gotten wrong, or you simply want to find what my username is so we can add each other later on, let me know, and I'll see you when the site launches. Bye!